I
We
can't
are.
see.
Let
I
me
can't see
refresh
them.
the YouTube thing. It should show us live on StreamYard on the thing we're on. There we go.
Oh
It's
yeah.
Here we go. Oh boy.
All
Oh,
right.
here
So
we are. I'm gonna mute that so I can watch it.
yeah, I also gotta mute some stuff. This is always
Yeah.
the start to live, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
you gotta get the muting of the other YouTube thing, and then you don't need
it's gonna fix some
because you
YouTube
don't want
stuff.
double voices going on and stuff.
All right, so we're actually live now. I'm just gonna do a little that we're live right now to get some get some hype up.
Yeah, yeah. It'll start notifying people. People will probably start popping in here.
Yeah, it's all. I don't even know how stuff works, man.
I know. I'm gonna
I'm
put
not
another
experienced.
story out there saying we're live.
Yeah, I can't even figure out how to make another story.
Let's swipe up on. Hey everybody, we're live right now. We got 3 watching. It's probably 2 of them are probably me and Danof.
No.
I got one other right now. But we're live, ready for the interview. Everybody come on
Oh,
to the channel.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna keep the one I
All
have.
right,
And then
my guy,
just...
Mr. Spillwell. He said dime bags.
Oh yeah.
It
There we go. I figured it out.
was funny. I was at Chaparral Motorsports one day, and I had put out there that I was coming out there, and we both show up. I'm standing at the front entrance, and he's standing there too. And I was like, I know this dude. And he's looking at me too, going, I know this guy. But we neither one of us were like, hey man, what's up? It was funny.
I know this guy kind
It wasn't until
of.
after he left he saw my bike outside. He's like, hey, that was you, huh? It's like, yeah, man.
I know what that is. All right. Should we wait around a little, or should we just start right away?
Yeah, let's give it a few more minutes and
Yeah, we'll
stuff. We have
give
people
people some
trickling in.
chance to, so they don't
Yeah,
miss it. This
yeah,
powerful stream.
yeah. Because it'll still save because I have the DVR on, so it'll keep it all on there.
Yeah, I just have I also record with mine just so that if it works out, you don't have to send anything, so it's easier.
Oh, okay. He
But
said I was too high. That's a,
that was it's typical Brian Spillwell.
yeah, yeah,
Classic.
yeah. We can call that classic Spillwell. Watch this. Watch what I'm gonna do to him. Boop.
Whoa! Now that's some powerful editing right there.
Did it show? Is it showing it on the live stream?
Yeah, it is now.
It is.
It's a little bit of a delay, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, because I was like, that's so neat. I can highlight people's comments right
Yeah,
on there.
that's it. I actually like that.
I'm
We
gonna
should
keep
just
that there for a minute.
yeah. When people get on, they're like, "Wait, what did we miss?
Yeah.
What happened here?"
What is going on?
Because I was kind of worried what was gonna be on screen during the stream. I was like, "Is it just gonna be a picture, or what are we gonna have there?"
Yeah,
But look at this.
because I just have my camera off or whatever, so I have it where it's just this.
Yeah,
But,
I don't even have a camera.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't make a lot of sense. I'm just sitting
It
in a
wouldn't be
helmet.
It wouldn't be fair. I have camera going on. You just got your little emblem.
Yeah, there's a little
flashing
emblem next. Let's see here. All right, yeah, I get how this works now. This whole thing. I can share screen. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is high
Yeah,
tech.
that would
We're
be one
so
thing. Like I used to play this game with friends on here.
yeah.
I forgot what it was called, Quiplash or whatever. Super fun game.
Yeah.
Super fun little group game to do. We put that on there and we'd share screens, or like if you want to like show something on your screen that's like, yeah, like if you wanted to share your screen, then you can go to like your video or something else you want to show somebody. It'll show that too and stuff.
Damn. Fancy.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I'm gonna write in my Discord room as well.
There
I
you go.
forgot to do that. Come on,
Oh.
gotta remember, man. Gotta get that publicity, man. Gotta force people in here.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting here waiting for. Oh, try again. Why it didn't go? Why didn't it go through my story? I never
That
had
explains everything.
it. Said,
It
"Try
goes through 500,000 people. Oh no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, this wasn't planned.
Yeah.
Shit.
It says there's 5 people watching, but nobody's commenting. Y'all better throw comments in here if
Don't
you're
worry.
watching. Swipe up on. There we go. Now it did it.
Don't worry, I got us. Whew.
I better start seeing some of my friends in here.
Yeah, don't worry, I fixed it for us. Yeah, I gotta agree with that Danof guy. He's pretty good.
Yeah. He knows what he's talking about. That's what I'm saying. See, there we go. Now we're getting a couple more people. 7's all right. 7's good. 7's good.
That's a nice number. Yeah, yeah. I never know about when you live streams, especially on YouTube. It's so random when people come and when they're not.
Oh yeah, like watch at the end of it, it'll be like there was 200 something. I never saw 200.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, YouTube? You're tripping.
And it's always the one where you're like, all right, I'll finish streaming now. Then a lot of people are watching. Yes, then. No one watched it before.
All right, we're done. Here they all come.
If everyone comes in the end, we'll just do it again and pretend like nothing.
Hey, Brian, do you see your comment I posted onto the stream?
It's just going to be there through the entire stream.
It's chilling. Chilling. Whenever someone comes up with something that's better than that, I'll switch them. What's up, Mr. Melbourne03? How you doing?
See, some people are coming up.
Yeah.
W. Dannenberg's writing "Rock and Roll Will Never Die."
Yeah, YouTube's notifying some of them.
Yeah, that's the yeah. I miss like a lot of streams on YouTube because they're really bad at notifying streams.
Yeah,
they like give a notify when you're like put it on Premiere. They're like, oh, he's gonna stream in 9 hours, and people are like, all right. But then when it starts, they're like, they know. We told them 9 hours ago.
Yeah. Hey, here we go. A couple more people. Hello, Casper.
Casper
hey, Jay,
2020.
Hey, Day.
See?
No, it says hi, but I'm just being funny.
Yeah. Hey. Hey. Wait, I'm just gonna do the entire interview in Swedish. I didn't tell you. I forgot.
That'd be crazy, yeah.
Mason didn't tell you the entire thing's in Swedish, man. Sorry.
Oh, man. Dang you, Mason.
Not again. Foil once more.
Right. Here we go. Bleep. There's a new one.
Oh. Are all fucked like my ex-girlfriend. I was still on the normal YouTube one.
Yeah, it hasn't switched from the other one with the little emojis on it. There we go.
It's very professional.
Yes. See, that's why I put the stream as it is not meant for kids.
This is a professional, mature stream.
So all of you young folks that are on here right now lied about your age on YouTube.
You're gonna get a suit for $42,000. Please don't.
All right. So if you wanna get started, we can. I'm sure more people come in.
Yeah, I mean, we could start off. Otherwise, I think people are just gonna wonder why we're just talking shit.
Yeah, we're just here, just blabbing.
It's not even an interview. We're just talking. Hey, this is the best episode of the Red Line podcast ever. You see that? And it hasn't even started.
I probably could have. You know what we could have done? We could have clickbaited this whole thing. If you had told me you're Swedish before we did this, I would have said being interviewed live by PewDiePie.
Oh shit! Too late now. We should have planned that.
No. Next time.
Yeah, I was gonna show just before we start. I just wanna, because I think it's funny. I was gonna show one of my friends because we talked about how every Swedish person gets like, oh, he sounds like PewDiePie, blah blah blah. And I showed him like a comment I remembered from long ago when someone wrote, oh, it sounds like PewDiePie. And now they had like 2,000 upvotes, and I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, definitely should have clickbaited it.
Yeah, we should. What a shame. All right, should we start it?
PewDiePie's people.
Wait, it hasn't started yet? What the hell is this? Don't worry about it. This is just the pre-game. This is for the ads.
All right, so I don't know if you have some kind of intro thing you want to do real quick. And
yeah, I'm gonna
go ahead and get going.
And then we're just gonna jump right into it. All right, I'll do the intro as if we haven't talked before, because so I can edit it for my video.
Okay.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Red Line Podcast. And today is a special episode because this is done live, which is very epic. And we're here with Crucem Moto. Say hello.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
I'm doing great. So, a reoccurring segment we have is 5 rapid questions. When I will ask you 5 questions and you will answer them as quickly as you can.
Ooh. All right.
Are you ready?
I am ready as I ever will be.
That's the spirit. All right. First question. Best fast food place?
In-N-Out.
Always too hot outside or always raining?
Always too hot.
Never riding again or never seeing another movie?
Never seeing another movie.
What's the worst thing about motorcycles?
Having to spend all the money on upgrading.
And lastly, what's the worst thing about California?
Oh, all the snowbirds that come here from other states.
Very well done. You did terrific, man. That was the speed. All right. So now we got past the speedy questions, and now we will go into just some chill questions. And before we go in, for everyone watching live, we will have some pauses where we would take your questions coming from the chat, and we will have Crucem Moto answer them, or me answer them if you, for some reason, want to ask me stuff. So that's also happening.
So yes. You guys throw your questions down in the live comments and stuff. If you guys got anything?
Yeah, and then we can do whatever this little like border thing you got going here for the question that's active. Very nice. All right, so let's jump into it. Question number 1 is, how long have you been doing YouTube and what got you into it?
I've been doing YouTube, not just say like motovlogging in particular, but just YouTube in general. I've been doing for about 8 years. I started off doing YouTube when I used to play airsoft a lot. So I did that for about 5 years, doing that. I had a pretty good YouTube channel that had a pretty large following, bigger than what I have for my channel now. We actually had a really popular airsoft team here in the United States. We were sponsored by like the biggest companies for airsoft and everything. We'd get all kinds of stuff for free, go to events all over the place and everything. So it was real fun doing that. And then about 3 years ago, I got into the motovlogging thing and stuff. And so I've been doing that ever since then.
What made you kind of stop the airsoft stuff overall?
The airsoft stuff, it kind of just stopped because a bunch of me and my buddies, we just kind of life just kind of happened. You know, things were just going on in life, and that just kind of took over. Like some of us got new jobs where it required more of our time and all that stuff like that. And then there's some stuff that went on with me and the buddies because I was kind of the leader of the team and kind of like the face of the team and stuff. So I was the one always doing all the video editing, making all the videos, dealing with the sponsors and stuff. And there's like 2 guys that kind of got a little butthurt about it, that they would get no screen time and stuff. But I've always told them that they could. You know, I was like, it's not a problem. If you want to do this on the Facebook page or upload videos, do stuff, you're more than welcome to. Here's the passwords and everything, you know, do whatever you want, you know. But they never did nothing. They just wanted to complain and make it look like I was taking money and stuff. That's what it was. We would get money like the YouTube revenue and stuff. And every time all the money we got was for us, our trips to pay for gas and food and stuff. And they knew it because I would get the money and like, hey, there's our YouTube profits, you know, for all 5 of us, you know, to go out and have food and whatever we want to do, you know, and stuff. But they thought one dude thought I was taking the money, and it was just him having issues.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it was.
So he kind of split it apart slowly.
Yeah, he kind of just made things happen, and everyone. I was like, you know what, fine. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm done. Peace out.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
And then you started motorcycling.
Yeah, then I started doing the motorcycling stuff after.
So kind of leading into that, how long have you been riding?
Total, I've been riding for about 15 years, my whole life. I started out on like quads when I was real young and stuff, and dirt bikes when I lived in Washington State. And then once I moved here to California, I kind of, I wasn't doing it anymore. And after I went into the military, all that stuff just stopped writing for a long time. So I kind of got back into writing was about 7 years ago. I got back into writing again. So I bought a little bike, a little 250 Nighthawk. It was a cool little bike. And then
nice
I got one of
bike.
those. Yeah, I got one of those, played around on that for about 8 months, sold it, got a Kawasaki Ninja. And then I rode around on that for a year, sold that thing. And then I went to a Yamaha R6, crashed that within 3 months. But that wasn't really particularly my fault all the way, but it kind of was too a little bit. I'll take some blame for it, but
we already have. I've already wrote down a community question just about that, so don't you worry. It's already shown up.
But yeah, so I had that crash, and then after 5 months, I recovered, and then I went out and bought the FZ07 that I had. I had that for 3 years.
That's a fun bike.
I traded that in about a few months ago, and I got my MT09. And I don't think I'm going to trade that bike in ever. I'm going to keep that thing. I don't need any more bike than what that is. That's a whole lot of bike right there.
That's a classic that you're saying right now. But then
it's super fun. Yeah, I say that now. It could be 5 years down the line. Let's go get a 1,000cc bike.
You know what? I think I need a little bit more.
It's close enough. I'm all right.
So, leading into a question that I always ask, and because you're live, you can't use editing magic to make it look like you came up with it on the spot.
No.
You seem like you have a lot of stories to tell from what I noticed on your channel. What is a funny, weird, or maybe stupid story that you can share? And it doesn't have to be motorcycle related at all.
Oh, okay, so not like really story-wise, but I have a whole series about my stepson.
Oh, yeah, I noticed,
So that's probably, I'd say probably like the weird stuff, anything on there. Because my stepson just drove me crazy and put me through hell, basically. And just one day I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to vent on this camera and just tell my story about these things I'm going through as a stepfather and stuff, and it just kind of took off. It did pretty well. It did really good. I had, especially the very first video that I put up of him skipping school. I think that was the first one, or there's a couple down the road from that one, but that one went viral.
I think it's like 300,000
views or something like that. Yeah. And then, so that just went off, and then all the other stuff, and he made having content so easy for that whole series, and stuff, because he was just constantly doing stupid, crazy things and everything, so he just made it really easy. Like, he hasn't done anything stupid for me to make anything else. I told him, because he's like, stop making videos about me. I was like, stop giving me reasons to.
Stop being stupid, man.
Yeah, stop being dumb, and I won't make no video, And so he hasn't done anything in quite some time and stuff. So I'm like, so I don't have anything going on with that. People are always asking me, when's the next stepson update? What's going on? I did one probably about 3-4 months ago when I had my when I was out riding my dirt bike, about how he was in jail for about 6 months to clear up all the stupid stuff he'd done and everything. That was about the last one. But other than that, he's been good. After that, so if anyone's looking for an update right now, he's actually doing all right. He's got a clear slate to start off again.
That's good, man.
Nothing on there on his record, so he hasn't done nothing stupid lately. So cops ain't bothering him.
You're like, I know that's good and all, but I kind of need the content.
Come on, do something. With him, it's a matter of time before he does something stupid. So I'm just waiting.
With your camera,
unless he actually, unless he really has changed his ways, then I won't get nothing, which is cool. It's completely okay.
Yeah. So here's our first community break.
Ooh, yay.
And I did it because we already have a question, and I'm actually very curious about it myself. So W. Danberg asked, what went wrong during the Crucem Moto crash? And I think we know which one he means.
I only had the one. Are you talking about the one of the dirt bike one where I was?
I don't think he's talking about that one.
that one was funny. But no, the one where I crashed my R6. So we were here in town where I was. Me and a buddy were going to go out riding. It wasn't very windy down here, but we're going riding up towards a dam that's about 45 minutes from here. And by the time we got there, it was super gusty out, like really bad gusts, probably 30, 40 mile an hour gusts and stuff like that. And we live in a valley out here where the wind gets crazy out here. I mean, like winds can be like a steady 20, 30 miles an hour and then have 50 mile an hour gusts. It flips over semi trucks and stuff out here on the highways and stuff like that. It gets pretty bad sometimes. So we're out there and I'm like, you know what? While we're out here, I'm just going to do the speed limit. I'm not going to try to go faster or anything like that. I'm just going to take it easy. That way we can still have fun and stuff. So we're going down that road that everyone has seen in the video. And I'm doing the speed limit. I'm doing 55 miles an hour the whole time through it. But my buddy's hauling butt, ahead of me. I'm just like, I don't know why you're doing that. Because I always make sure I ride safe in some sort of way, especially if it's windy. I'm not trying to go faster because it doesn't make things easier. So I was just going, and right when I came, and I've been down this road, so everyone knows I've been down this road many, 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 many times, riding through it, going like 90 miles an hour around the same corner, not a problem. And that's on a day it's not windy, no nothing. So it was just that day I was going, and I don't know if I just went into the turn wrong as I was going, but at the same time, a big gust of wind, because there was like a hill to the right side of me. And for some reason, people think that the wind just comes one direction and stuff. Like when it gets into like little ravines, like kind of that area, wind will bounce off things and swirl around and still move people, and stuff. So I kind of went in there, and a gust of wind pushed me. And as I started correcting, I made the big no-no move and hit my front brake, so it stood the bike straight back up. And that's what kind of led me towards that truck. And ultimately my hand hitting the back end of the truck is what happened. Now, the reason, like now there's this metal panel that was on the back end of the truck that went from the top of it straight down. So there was no gap right there. Now, if that wasn't there, my hand where my clutch and stuff probably would have sailed right through it and nothing would have happened to me. It would just been an insanely close call. But unluckily for me, there was that metal panel there. That guy was doing 55. I was doing 55. So my clutch lever smashed my hand at 110 miles an hour, basically. And then sliced off that left side of my bike and sent me flying, and stuff. But, it was a trip because I saw the whole thing coming, I saw how close I was to becoming a hood ornament on the front of that car.
Damn.
Stuff, and it was just crazy, Like I thought I took the crash pretty good, especially for being awake through the whole thing and knowing everything that was going on the whole time. Like I had a bunch of hate comments and all the pro motorcycle riders came in,
everyone's pro in the comments.
Everyone was perfect in the comments. I rode in hurricanes and all that. So I did my best to not let a lot of the people throw the hate at me and stuff. But it gets to you after a while and everything. But I have my friends and everyone that was there that know that I'm a good rider and I don't do stupid stuff. And I know part of it was my mistake too, and everything, because I got that target fixation is basically what happened. And stuff. And once you have that can happen to the best riders. You get target fixated, you're done for.
I mean, you see that in Moto GP as well. Sometimes they fuck up and you see them right off. They're
professionals. It happens to everybody, So it was a combination of those few things and stuff like that. But all in all, it made me a better rider at the end of the day. I learned a lot from that, and the main thing I learned is I don't go riding out on a windy day ever again. Not at all. I'm constantly checking the weather every day now. I don't like taking right-hand turns. I don't like taking right-hand turns, too much anymore.
I only turn left.
Only left turns and stuff, But it's not that bad. I definitely became a much better rider from that whole experience.
Wow, first community question. Very good answer, because that's pretty much... I didn't see the front brake when I was watching it, but I noticed that you kind of, when you've done it yourself, you kind of know how it looks when you kind of target fixate. And as soon as you see that, you're like, oh no, there's nothing you can do.
I wanted to brake, so I pulled in the clutch, I think, too, or something. I couldn't remember. I'd have to really look. But I know I was probably trying to brake and stuff, but I hit the wrong one.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, I hit the brake. But it hit the clutch and the brake. Or just
Yeah, because I I know especially that video because I kind of seen some of your videos like a little on and off, but I've never actually sorted them most popular before. And when I did it now to make some question and stuff, I was like, wait a second, I've seen this video.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's you?
Yeah, I still get that a lot. Like even some people, like there's people like at where I work. So I work for California Department of Corrections, right?
Yeah.
And there's prison next door to the one I work at. I'll go over there, and they'll see me and they're like, "Oh, hey, Crucem Moto." I'm like, "Man, you fucking know me." I'm like, "Dang it!" And like I got people like where I work all the time. They know that I do YouTube stuff, so they're all cool with me and everything. And it's kind of neat though. Like I have this one officer. Every time he sees me, he just says "Crucem Moto," and everything. I'm like, "What's up, man?"
Hey, man.
Yeah, so it was weird because like I'd go from like one yard to the other, and other officers would be like, "Hey, you're that YouTube guy from here in town, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." But we live in a small town here. It's the population is like 27,000, maybe 30,000 people. It's a small town, so when people know you do things around here and they watch your stuff, they're gonna
They
know.
all know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Crucem Moto. You god damn it.
Yeah.
So that was it for
I see you down there.
That was it for community questions right now, but I've wrote down the ones that came in during this, so don't worry, they'll come in the next community questions break.
Yeah, wait your turn.
Yeah, you gotta wait. Come on, I want to ask my questions.
Yeah.
So here's actually one which I get a lot for my own channel, but I also like asking it. And what do you think is one of the biggest struggle of being a smaller channel on YouTube?
Let's see. The smaller channels. One of the struggle, well, because you're obviously competing with the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And stuff, but you also don't want to go and copy the same content the bigger people are doing. You want to be yourself and do your own original stuff. But it's hard, I think, for smaller people to find themselves or whatever on what they want to do. Like there's still times even now, I still consider my channel small, compared to others. I'm a small little blip still on the YouTube radar and everything. And I still trying to figure out what I want to do sometimes, and I think that's just mainly it, is just people want to aspire to be like the big channels and they want to try to do the same stuff, but you got to remember someone else is already doing that.
Yeah.
So you want to do original stuff, you don't want to be like the other people. But sometimes, there's things that other people do that are great things for you to make content too. Like there's some stuff that I do, like my buddy, Mr. V-Rod, he does like these daily observation videos and stuff. He's like the one I've seen that does them just like all the time, religiously and stuff. I was like, oh, that'd be great idea for stuff, So like I'll get ideas like that sometimes, but I still try to make them my own when I do it. So like if you're going to use someone else's like content they do and do it yourself, just kind of try to make it your own. Don't copy them word for word. Like don't try to do like what Walterific does and his all those little meme faces and everything in there. Don't do that. I caught myself one time doing that on one of my videos a long time ago when I first started motovlogging.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, and then later on I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to be like this guy, because I would get people being like, oh, you're just trying to be like Walterific, and I'm like, yep, nope, I don't want to do that. So I gotta do what I need to do. Got me,
Shit.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the only thing really is the struggle is really, as being a small town, is just trying to figure out really what you want to do and the content you want to bring for everybody to see. Because there's all these factors that are involved, especially like smaller channels. One thing I would say for people starting out motovlogging is you're definitely going to have to invest in your equipment. You're going to need a good camera. You need a good mic. No one wants to look like you're filming through a potato or anything like that, or talking like you're underwater and stuff. People want crisp, clear audio and real good video footage and stuff like that. And at the same time, you got to kind of have that personality that people want to, watch your stuff. Like I know me, I don't know. I don't know if people get me all the time and stuff, but it's like me. I think about all these things sometimes. I'm like, how could I do better? What could I do? I do
Yeah.
I do a far range of things. So like, I think what people need to do is expand what they do. Like I do all kinds of green screen stuff that has nothing to do with motovlogging. I have a video of a T-Rex running behind me, coming at me and stuff. That was all green screen. I do stuff like that. I do all kinds of stuff because basically it could be a motovlogging channel, but everyone expects to be just motorcycle everything. But me, it's my channel. I can put whatever I want on it, if I want to.
Yeah.
Stuff, but if anything, people just they just need to do their thing, figure out what they're wanting to do, and if you're wanting to try to make YouTube a career, you need to put everything into it. Like me, I just do it for fun on the weekends because I got a regular job. Yeah. But if I was trying to make YouTube my main job, I'd be putting everything into it day in, day out. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree definitely with small channels because a lot of people kind of just want to copy because it works for them. Yeah. But I feel like you could be like the funniest guy on earth, but you gotta have some luck, you gotta get like a viral video. You gotta get some videos
viral videos help. Like my crash video helped. It shot me up. Yeah. It shot me up from I think I was at like 200 something subscribers or whatever, and then it shot me straight up to 10,000.
Yeah, basically. Exactly.
But now everything from 10,000 and after, I got all myself just because I rode that wave. And I just started putting out good stuff, and it just subscribers went up. Yeah. And now I'm kind of at like a standstill because I took a break for a little while too when I started my new job a couple years back, and then when I became a supervisor at my new job that I'm at now at the prison, I really needed to take some time off from YouTube to really learn my job so I can do that really good and stuff. Yeah. So I kind of had, I got stuck at the subscriber limit of 28,000 and stuff, and I'm still struggling trying to get above that, right now. But it's going slowly, which is cool. It's like I said, this is just a fun little hobby for me. If I get big one day, great, awesome, cool, Yeah. But I'm never gonna rely on YouTube to pay my bills and stuff like that because at any time this can go away. Anytime.
It's just be tomorrow. Nah, we deleted it.
Yeah, it can just be gone. Bye. And then you got all these people that rely on YouTube for their financial needs, done for. What are they going to do now?
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
New people, small channels, and new people don't rely on YouTube to pay the bills, and don't expect yourself to get super popular out of nowhere.
Yeah, there you go. Boom, done. So a reoccurring thing that I'm trying to have on this podcast, I don't know if it's reoccurring, I'm trying to have it, is weird DMs that you got. So what are some of the weirdest things that people have like sent you? What's some really stuff that you're like, what is this, man?
So yeah, I'll get some weird stuff here and there. Let me look at my phone actually. Yeah. I'll look at my Instagram stuff. One thing that was really funny the other day was I did this thing where I was like, hey, people ask me questions, right?
Yeah.
And I was doing that, and one of the questions was, someone was like, do you eat booty? And I was like, that's pretty weird for a guy to be asking that. And then I looked at their profiles, and then I did another reply, and I was like, wait, never mind, you're a chick.
Whoa, wait a second.
Now another one that was weird that I got the other day was some kid or somebody messaged me, and they're ranting about how they wanted to kill themselves and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to kill my dad. Well, I'm not sure. I might let him live, but definitely the mom. Blah, 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 and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, no. So like usually that kind of stuff, I don't give them that attention for anyone. Yeah. It's just how I am with people and saying stuff like that or whatever. I don't want no part in it.
Yeah.
And stuff. But at the same time, I know some people will be like, oh, try to, say things to them. I'm like, with me, when people do that, they're looking for attention. For certain reasons or whatever, but because if someone's going to do it, they're not going to message somebody and say, I'm thinking about doing it. They're going to go do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's like, even if, for example, I only have 1K subscriber, but even then, you get like a lot of people writing you stuff. And some people, when they write stuff, you're like, is this even real? Like, do they just want a reaction or...
Yeah, they want something, and it's like, okay, But I get some weird stuff. Like I'll get a lot of people that'll send me stuff, thanking me for like my military service. But like as far as weird things, I don't get too much. Like
People
weird.
just ask if you eat booty all the time.
Yeah, that's probably the weirdest one. Unless it's like my buddies, unless it's like Hot Wheels sending me some weird stuff, some weird question.
Hello there.
That's about the weird stuff I'll get is from friends and stuff like that. But like just from random out of like random people, I have no clue who they are. I don't, but like some people, like a bunch of us, like even some of my buddies can probably get this, and even some of the bigger moto vloggers and stuff. They get weird stuff. People just people that are fans just hounding them on their DMs and stuff. I get that. I gotten that recently a few times, but it's cool. It's no big deal. I don't mind talking to people and stuff like that, and replying back to them, because there's a lot of people, they get surprised when you even reply back. They're like, oh wow, I can't believe you said something back to me. I'm like, why? They're like, well, most people don't. I'm like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Why? So
yeah. I don't get too many weird things.
I think I don't get a lot either. I just get some. I like a one or two that was super weird. Then I don't get anything weird. But if you want to know about those, you got to check out every other podcast until you find it. I got to get watch time.
All right.
So next question before we go back to a little community break is, what do you think would be one of the biggest twists for your fans to learn about you? Like a hobby or something that you do that's like, oh my God, I can't believe he does that.
Oh man, you're going to make me answer this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, something that nobody knows about me, but I kind of hinted it on that story thing when I asked questions. Someone had asked me, what's my favorite band and song or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up in the age of the boy bands and girl bands. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So my favorite band growing up was the Spice Girls.
That's epic.
I actually, now this is weird. Okay, it's gonna get a little crazy, so just bear with me. All right. So you know how girls, like, they get all crazy in sync stuff, right? Buying all the stuff and everything. Well, I kind of was like that. Me and my friend were like that with the Spice Girls. I had everything.
Oh yes.
I had all of their posters. I had everything. I went to the concerts. I saved, like, when they had the lollipops that they came out with that had their faces on them. We saved them. I had the dolls. I had everything. I had the movies. I had the CDs that were only released in the UK. All the stuff.
Oh my God.
It was freaking. It was bad. It was crazy. It was craziness. So that was one thing that I had going on. That was a hobby when I was a lot younger and stuff.
You're saying that now, but we all know it's still going on.
Going on here and there. Yeah, she brought back some memories. So I went on YouTube the other day. I looked at some Spice Girl music videos and watched them just to relive my past a little bit. But
I like that. That is kind of nice.
But as far as like any like stuff right now, there are a lot of people, they probably don't know that I was in the military. Like, I put it on my Instagram that I was and stuff, but there's a lot of people that don't know the stuff that I did, or like there's things I deal with, like I have PTSD and stuff from things I've done and had to do when I was in the military. That's a lot of stuff. Like, I've had someone, they asked me a question for like a video topic to do that I was going to do here soon. They wanted to know what it was like going to war and stuff. Damn. So that's a video I'll be coming out with here eventually, and stuff. So I don't know how like in depth I'm gonna go into stuff, because it could get real long. I did a lot of stuff when I was deployed over there in Iraq in 2004 and stuff, and everything. So it could get into a lot of detail and gruesome things and stuff that I seen and did. But that's one thing a lot of people don't know. Like, there's obviously, everyone has a whole nother side to them too. Everyone that sees me, I'm usually happy-go-lucky, but no one sees the other side that happens, with other people sometimes. But but that's like the only stuff. Like, I don't have really like any weird hobbies though, other than the Spice Girl thing.
But I don't see that as weird.
I like to play video games and stuff, but and ride my motorcycle. That's about as what it gets to, for me right now.
Epic. So, with that being said, we're going on another community break. And before we ask the questions I saw, maybe you've seen some comments here you would like to reply to, because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I've seen some.
So if you want to reply to some bad boys
let
here.
Me scroll back up here. Okay, so let's see. Why did I switch from the FZ07?
Hey, hold on. I'm going to ask the community questions.
Yeah, that's you. You do it.
How dare you?
Yeah, feel free to ask any of them.
You're just going to wave and be cute. That's the only thing you do here. I already got them written down here.
Okay.
You want me to start asking them right away?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was like, what are we waiting for? Awkward.
Because you said I got them written down. Like I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, why are you writing them down? They're right here in the side.
I like writing them down. All right. So first we have once again W. Danberg asking, would it be fun to play paintball while riding motorcycles, like wheelchair basketball?
I think that would be hella fun.
It sounds fun, man.
Super fun. But the only thing is, if you're going to do this, if you get shot up real good, you better make sure you're not on a motorcycle that you love a lot and you don't want to. You better be on like a dirt bike where it can fall down and take some beatings, But I think that would actually be pretty damn fun. I think it would be cool.
It sounds.
It sounds like a good time.
You gotta buy like a really broken down motorcycle that barely works, and then you just gotta go at it. So Sky Sellers ask, why did you switch from the FZ07 or, as we Europeans say, the MT07? I just wanted to get that out.
Oh yeah, because there was a difference at the time.
It's a better name.
I like the MT part better.
Yeah.
But I literally switched from the FZ07 because I felt the FZ07 was super crazy fun bike. Don't get me wrong. I loved that thing to death. But I just felt it was lacking something that I had been wanting, like power wise and going faster and stuff. Like when I'm riding on the highway, when you're on the FZ07, you give it some gas. You can't just get around cars and go, around
it
them.
Takes a little
bit longer. Like now the MT09, I drop it down like a couple gears, I just get a little twist, I'm gone. Peace out, see ya. But literally it just felt like it was missing that power that I loved having when I had like my R6 and stuff. That's what I felt that was missing, just that power, that it gives you and stuff, because when you have that, it's just so exciting and everything to have that, and your adrenaline pumping, and it's fun. I'm
already addicted to the power.
Yeah, I was addicted to the power.
Yeah, what you were about to say, I interrupted you by accident. I'm sorry.
You're all right. Don't do it again.
So we also had again from W. Dannenberg asking, what does a day look like on Department of Corrections? What do you do?
For me, my job, what I do is I'm a supervisor for a rehabilitation program for the inmates, where we teach them janitorial skills at a hospital level, and we get them certified with the state. It's a nationally recognized apprenticeship certificate that they get once they meet certain criteria that they get, but we teach them, how to clean out hospital level. So I'm in charge of 25 inmates and 7 other regular staff members like myself. The day-to-day operations of cleaning all the medical facilities in the prison and stuff. So basically that's what I do now. At first I was started at the lowest level. I would supervise inmates as they're cleaning the medical areas, stripping, waxing floors, cleaning everything, cleaning up blood, all kinds of stuff, all those things that happen in prison, just making sure the place is healthy and up to the standards that's in the contract and stuff like that, right? So that's basically what I do. Now I'm kind of like a desk jockey now. I sit down, I do a lot of like admin, like computer stuff, doing things, and everything. It's still a lot of work, but it's still easy work for me. Like the job's been easy ever since. It pays really good it paid good for when I was just a regular supervisor for the inmates. At the lowest level, that pay was really good for you. Literally stand around. You don't have to lift a finger except for bringing up the little iPad tablet and marking off inspections for what rooms you cleaned and marking off some paperwork. Super easy, you know. So that was great. I think I was making. Take home was about $2,800 a month or something like that after taxes and all that and everything. And I was like, cool. I do nothing and I get paid great. You know,
so you're sitting back. Oh
just chilling. They do all the work. They make me look good. You know, when I was doing it, they're the ones doing everything.
Yeah.
So now being a supervisor and stuff, you know, obviously I make more money now and stuff, so it's good. But the work is still super easy for me because it's just easy. I don't like my previous supervisor. I don't know how the job was hard for him. Maybe it was just him. But this supervisor job I'm in is super easy. Like I know how to talk to people. I got good rapport with everybody around the place, you know, officers and all that stuff to get things done and make sure everything gets taken care of and stuff. And, you know, it's good. I got a good team too in my office. My 2 inmate clerks, they're really smart guys. They've taught me a lot of stuff. They actually, because my supervisor was supposed to teach me everything when I took over. But he didn't train me. He didn't train me on how to do my job. My inmates did. My 2 clerks taught me how to do everything I needed to do, and I learned it fast, you know, and, you know.
They told you, never check under the pillows. We don't have stuff there.
But, you know, I don't, because I work at a level 2 facility, so I don't have to worry about, like, there's none of those politics where guys are segregating themselves, blacks stay with themselves and Mexicans, all that stuff. These guys, it's an integrated prison, so they're all together. And basically the one I work at is kind of like a go-home prison. So a lot of people know when they come there that they're real short to going home and stuff. So they just want to get jobs, do what they got to do, earn some milestones, which is getting time off their sentence and stuff and go home, you know. So, but I really like the job that I have right now. I put a lot of work into it, make sure I do real good and stuff.
That sounds pretty nice.
So, yeah, I see fights if that's what people are wanting to know. There's still fights that happen.
Immediately. I know you want to see fights.
I see small little riots when I'm on other yards walking around. They bring new guys in that come from those other prisons where they have the politics, and they know when they come to this type of prison that it's not allowed. They have like prison rules. They have like 3 days to get off the yard. If they came from a prison where it had the politics, like a GP prison, they have a certain amount of time to get off the yard before they get marked by the other guys where they came from. So fights will happen when new guys come on the yards and stuff sometimes, and then COs go up there and start spraying them with all the pepper spray and all that stuff, and then we usually got to clean it up after they bring them into the medical clinic. So I see a lot of that stuff, but you don't see no one getting shanked here at the one I work at. None of that stuff. That happens at the prison, the one that's next door to us, about a half a mile away. But yeah, the one I'm at, all the inmates are they're chill guys. Like, they're not trying to cause no trouble. They're all respectful for the most part and stuff. But it's just weird. It's weird because when I first started working there, I'm like, oh man, I'm going to prison. This is going to be crazy. But then seeing how everything is, I'm like, no, this ain't that bad here. And I just visited my first level 4 prisons, like maximum security prisons, this past week when I was gone. When I was talking to you on Instagram when I was gone for work, I was down a little more south of California, closer to the Mexico border, at a couple prisons there where they do all the shanking and all that stuff in the prison, segregation and stuff. And that was a little different, you know, checking that stuff out and everything too. So
you're like, I'm going back to my prison.
Yeah. When we got back, I was like, this is better.
So the community questions are over, but I'm gonna allow you to take one of Hot Wheels questions because he asked so many. Pick one of your favorites, and then the other ones will go further. Yeah, and the other ones that he has left, we'll make sure to ask them later.
All right, Hot Wheels. This is the one you're getting. Here. As soon as it pops up.
It's already popped up.
Has it already?
Yeah, they have the delay, so.
Oh, they have
now they'll hear us talking about the delay in the delay.
No, can you sit on my lap? All right. Of course, anytime, sir. All right, but you need to sit sideways. Okay. All right, and I don't know if I'm going to be at SEMM this year, So it won't be able to be then. But maybe when we do our ride in April that we do in Hollywood each year, keep going. When we go to eat somewhere like down at Venice Beach, you can sit on my lap because that would be like the norm there. 2 guys sitting on each other's lap. Okay, so it won't be weird there. So that's probably why I'll let you do it. All right. Oh, what happened? He disappeared. Where'd Danof go?
I don't have my back.
What happened?
I went into another realm. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I was talking to PewDiePie. I don't know what happened, man. You know, it's just Swedish things that happens along the way.
Hot Wheels wants to know what's my nickname to the inmates. I actually know my wife asked me that too because she works next door at the other prison. And she said that the inmates gave her a nickname. And she asked me, she's like, do your inmates have a nickname for you? I was like, if they do, I've never heard it. So I don't know if I have one actually. You know,
they have one in secret. Maybe they call you. Maybe they call you Cutie.
Who knows what it is? You know, but yeah, I don't know, man.
All right, so let's move on to the questions, and then we'll come back to one last community break, and then we're done. So.
All right.
So. Here's one I'm actually really interested. What is one of the most common questions that you get from subscribers, followers on Instagram, or just random people that know what you do on your spare time?
Let's see. Most of the time, like if people on Instagram, they just want to like, can I be your friend? And stuff like that.
Yeah. That's a classic.
They'll just ask general questions like, you know, what's a good bike to start on? Things like that. You know, just general stuff like that.
The classics.
Yeah, the classic stuff.
Yeah,
that you get all the time. But you know, what was the other part of your question?
No, it was just from either if you subscribers, Instagram followers, or just like random people or maybe family members and stuff that just knows like, oh, you're Crucem Moto.
oh, you know what? One that happened recently. It's always cool, like when like younger kids, they recognize me or whatever. So we're at my job's Christmas party and stuff, right? So we're sitting there eating, and one of the other supervisors from one of the other departments, she had her son there, and he's sitting right across from me, and he's just sitting there, he's staring at me, and I'm like, hey man, how you doing? You know, and he's like, oh, doing all right, you know, and then he's looking at his mom, and he has his phone, and he's showing her his phone to her, like. And he's like, you work with this guy? And she's like, yeah. She's like, is that him? And she's like, yeah, that's him. And he goes, oh my God. And he looks at me. He goes, you're Crucem Moto? I go, yeah, man, what's up? He's like, I watch your videos. I was like, well, thank you. You know, and then, you know, I have stuff like that. That'll happen sometimes, you know, or we'll be in the grocery store and people be like, oh, you're Crucem Moto. And my wife's like, oh my God, here we go again. You know? I was like, it's cool though. I was like, it's kind of neat when people are like, hey, what's up? You know, they recognize you. It's neat.
Yeah.
But as far as like stuff like through DMs and stuff, you know, I just usually just get the general stuff. You know, I got this one girl recently. Let me see if I find her thing on here. It's like a fan page. At first I thought it was the real page, but I didn't think so.
You have a fan
page? there's this girl in the UK. I guess her name's Bella Delphine or something like that.
Oh yeah,
she always shows herself like
she sold her bathwater
chick or whatever.
Yeah.
She does all that stuff like showing off all of her goodies and everything, right?
Yeah.
So that chick had started following me, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, right on. And I was like, she's pretty hot, you know. And so this chick started hitting me up, and she's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, oh, okay. All of a sudden, her very first message was, I wish I could ride with you. And then she's all, hello. She's like, I got 4. Question. I'm like, oh boy, she's just bam, 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 you know. And then she was telling me she rides a Grom and stuff, and I'm like, okay. And I was like, she's wanting to know if she wanted to be like Grommy Bear or Fooligan and stuff like that and stuff. And she's like, do you got YouTube? I'm like, yeah, it's on my Instagram if you look at it, you know, and stuff. And you know, she was just asking me some general questions about motorcycles and stuff, like what's a good starter bike and what would I recommend and everything like that. And then she kind of got into saying, can we be friends? I'm like, sure, I guess we can be friends on here. I was like,
Sure,
I'll follow you
man.
back, no problem. But I even asked her, I was like, are you the real person for this, or is it just a fan page?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, it's just a fan page. She's like, I just like her stuff. I'm like, okay, because because you never know and
Yeah.
stuff. I was like, this obviously couldn't be the real person, because I was like, I've seen like 7 other profiles on Instagram of this person and
Yeah.
stuff. So I just had to ask him, and stuff like that. But she keeps hitting me up like every day this whole week ever since I was like, yeah, sure, I'll follow you back. So she's kind of being a little stalker, but it's whatever. That's no big deal. I don't mind. It's cool.
So she's been stalking me. I've seen her outside my window. Just a little stalky. There's nothing about it.
Yeah.
So one other question I have right here before we take the last question, before we take the community questions. Very nice. Is if you had the opportunity to get one bike for free, which one would you choose? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I would love to have a Honda Grom. I would actually love to have one of those little things. That'd be super fun. Yeah, because I got the street bike I want. I got a dirt bike. I would like a better dirt bike. I'd actually wish I didn't get a Honda and I should have got a Yamaha. But because I broke my own rule of steering away from Yamaha stuff. I got my first Honda thing and it freaking broke on me. But,
God damn it.
But yeah, I would love to have a Honda Grom. Like I got my buddies over there at Ride Clutch that are doing a Grom giveaway every month now on top of whatever bike.
Can I
doing,
win one, please?
I told them, I've been doing a lot of stuff with them guys lately. Like we even got a motorcycle event coming up in March over in Scottsdale with Mason, with masface and everything. So it's 3 of us, and then there's potentially another YouTuber, Grommy Bear, might be coming too, but Maceface hasn't gotten any information too much back from him yet. But the 3 of us, we're working a lot together with just doing some event stuff and everything like that, trying to do some more stuff together and everything. And at the same time, I was like, it'd be so weird, like people know that I'm sharing your guys' stuff, doing events with you guys, and it'd be people. I don't want people to think like if I win one of the bikes or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's
rigged. They'd be like, oh, rigged. I guarantee it's not rigged because I've been trying the last like 7 bikes. I've spent thousands of dollars on merch, to enter in these things. I still haven't won, and I'm hanging out with these dudes. So I was like, it's definitely not going to be rigged. They're not going to put themselves in that spot, So I'm just really hoping that eventually I can win one of the ROMs, I'll keep trying. I'll buy a little bit here and there and stuff of their stuff, to get it, try and everything. But it's a shot. If you spend $100 and you win a $3,000 bike, yippee doo. You just got a crazy good deal on a motorcycle. Yeah, exactly. Or if you win that R1, that's an $11,000 bike. Because they get the bikes used and stuff or whatever. But you spend $200, you just got a huge crazy good deal. So. But yeah, I want a little Grom though for sure. I would love one of those damn bikes. That'd be so fun. I'd stunt that thing out and just do everything to it. It'd be fun.
The only thing you don't want to spend your own money. Whoa, I think I can hear myself. Is that from you? How am I hearing myself?
You have your volume up too high.
Hold on. Is this better? Oh yeah. There we go. I fixed it.
All right.
Made it really hard to talk because I heard it was like 1 second delay. And I was like, oh shit. Like a Grom, you kind of always want one, but you don't want to spend money on it. You just kind of want to get it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I have a bike and I know, but I want one because it's fun.
Yeah.
So last one before.
Free stuff's always great.
Yeah, especially a bike.
Yeah, even though it's really not too free, but that's a great deal. You can't.
It's a great bargain. You got it. You got to admit it. So, last one before the community break is: what is one of the most stupid thing you've ever done?
Oh boy,
where to begin?
Yeah, I've done quite a few things. Not like any time within like the last 15 years or so, but I'd say when I was younger, probably some of the stupid things I've done. Oh boy. I don't know if it was more like considered stupid, but because it was hella fun when me and my friends did it. When I lived in Washington, lots of woods and everything around all over the place. We'd go walking through the woods, just having fun. We always played out in the woods all the time and stuff. That was basically our backyard. And we'd go around and we'd find these big, huge trees that are like leaned over, like they've fallen, but they're caught on other trees.
Oh yeah.
We'd climb up these things, like four of us would climb up the trunk of this tree and ride them down to the ground. Once they started kind of broke free from branches. But now mind you, there was like these super thick, fluffy bushes that were like 6 feet tall below us. When we came down, it wasn't all that bad, but we would do that. That was probably something real stupid to do because you never know what could happen and stuff. Because we had ones too where some of us were up there and the bottom part of it broke and the top part stayed up in the trees. And then my other buddies are falling down and we're stuck up in the tree now. We've had stuff like that and everything. And so I would say, that was probably something stupid I've done. There's lots of other stupid things I've done, but I don't want to share those things.
I could go to prison for those.
Live things, but yeah, that was probably one of the dumbest things, but it was super fun.
It always is, man. So before it, now it's a community break, and let's spice it up a little. Why don't you pick some questions out yourself?
All right, let me see here.
So
what do we got? It's all Mr. Hot Wheels and Sky Sellers.
They got a lot of questions.
Yeah, I know. Hot Wheels did a whole bunch in a row.
Yeah. Got them all out.
Do I poop regularly? I think I poop more regular than anybody. I poop at least probably 4 times in the morning before I go to work. And then that's usually about it. It's always the morning poop. And it's about 4
Gotta get it.
I have to leave for some reason. I don't know why. So I probably poop more than normal. So, have I ever found a shank? No, I've never found a shank.
Have you played a game of Shankers with Inmates,
I hate
though?
Prunes are gross.
Immediately. Now,
have I played a game of checkers with Inmates? No, because that can actually get me in trouble. It would be considered being over familiar, and that can get you fired. If you're too friendly with them, you can get in trouble.
Damn.
Will I ever ride a Harley? Think ahead in life, like 60 plus. Actually, I think I've told you that before because I think you've asked me that before, Hot Wheels, if you're still in here. That I don't plan on wanting to get a Harley until I'm probably over 50 and stuff. Because I think
that's when they start to look nice.
Those are old folks. Yeah, that's when they start looking nice. But at the same time, I like my street bikes. I was at the racetrack that's not far from here. Yeah. And I watched a dude tearing it up on the track one day when I was watching. And the dude got out. This guy was 76 years old, dragging me on the track. He was just passing everybody. So I was like, when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I don't ever have to go away from the street bikes. I was like, this guy's doing it. He
knows what's up.
Yeah. Let's see. What else we got here?
We got a new one asking what your first bike was.
My first bike? Oh, I think I went through that. My very, 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 very first bike.
Very, 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 very first bike.
The very, 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 very first thing I ever had.
Yes, the very,
it was
very
not
first.
a motorcycle, but it was a quad.
Oh.
I had a quad. I forget what it was because it was so long ago. But it was when my dad, when I was real young, probably like 8, 9 years old, they had a farm here in California up in Sacramento area, and we used to ride the 4-wheelers around through the 100 acres that they had of the walnut tree farm that they had, and we'd ride around on those with our 22 rifles and shooting all the jackrabbits and stuff around everywhere.
So
that's how I actually got into like riding things, was doing all that.
Damn. That's an intense way to get into it.
yeah, let's get on a 4-wheeler and go shoot some rabbits.
I was shooting and I was driving and it was mud.
Yeah, and then but like actual first ever bike, like not like regarding that, was probably when I was about 13 in Washington. I had a little 125. I think it was a Honda dirt bike. Me and my friends, I used to ride around through the woods a lot and stuff, back and forth to my friend's house. and everything. So that was always fun. It was just real easy trail riding and stuff
Mm.
that I used to do a lot. It was never on the street. I didn't really start riding street bikes until I moved here to California. Was when I got my first street bike, which was that Nighthawk 250 and stuff. So I've been riding street since 2012ish or so.
Damn.
So I've been riding on the street since then. Everything else has been dirt and all that stuff.
Wait, when did you say? What year did you start riding?
Oh, what year?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're gonna make me show my age.
Yeah, I just want to see how old I was when you started riding.
So, that was about 1990, 1991ish when I started
born.
actually riding.
I didn't exist. I was in another realm back then.
Yeah, I'm kind of an older feller, but I'm really not. I look really good for my age.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't look that old, man.
Yeah. A lot of people like, what was it, Mason? I was at Mason's house a couple weeks, like last month or whatever, when we went to the MMI event, and everyone's like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "Oh man," I was like, "I'm old enough to be your older brother. How about that?" And they're all like 25. They're all like 25 years old. And they're like, "You have a stepson though, don't you?" I go, "Yeah." They're like, "How old is he?" I'm like, "He's about to be 21.
They're like, "Wait a second."
They're like, "Wait, what?" They're like, "How old are you?" I'm like, "Okay, fine." I'm like, "I'm about to be 38 here in
like, what? Oh, wait, I would have never guessed that.
You don't even look like you're 38. You look like you're 25. I was like, I get that all the time. And it bothers my wife too, because we're only a year apart. And we would go to the store, especially like when I was in the military still. I'm like 27 years old, and we'd go to the store, and I had, military, you had to stay clean shaved, all that stuff. They'd come and ask her, "Is like, is this your boy, your son?" And she's like, "No, this is my husband." They're like, "What? Robber?" And stuff like that. And she's like, so after I got out the military, she's like, "You have to have facial hair. You cannot be clean shaved no more."
This is not okay.
Still happen. Sometimes. Still happens sometimes. So I was like, even keeping facial hair doesn't help.
The secret is you got a bathtub just filled with lotion that you go down in every night before bed.
I don't know what it is, man, but I'm doing good. So like people are like, "Yeah, you look 25." I was like, "Cool." So when I'm 70, I'll actually look 38. I was like, "That'd be
nice to see how I would look."
Let's see what else we got in here.
I think that covers it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those. Cruise track.
All right.
Footing for the win. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Let's start wrapping it up then.
All right.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
It was very nice. I didn't even know you wanted to be on until Masface wrote, like, he's still waiting, and I was like, what?
Yeah, because Mason, after he did the one with you, he was like, "Hey, Brian," he's like, "Just want to let you know I did a podcast with so and so," and he's like, "You should do one with them too." I was like, "Cool, man. Yeah, just let him know." And he's like, "Yeah, here you go." Then he asked me, he's like, "Hey, has he done it with you?" I go, "No." And he's like,
"What?" Shit.
Mason got after you.
Yeah, I think, let me see. I think I did, because I did one with myself as a funny thing. Because
you did one with yourself.
Yeah, it was really complicated to record, and I think he was like, "Bro, Crucem is waiting for his interview." And I'm out here interviewing myself.
Right.
Wait, someone's waiting?
Like, "Oh, all right."
Oh, yeah, fuck yeah. So that's before awesome. We end, do you have any questions for yourself that you felt were left out, or do you have any questions for me?
How long have you been doing this for?
That's a good question. My channel is older than I've actually been doing it for, because I had an idea of being a gamer in the beginning. But it didn't work out because I sucked at it. Let's see.
Yeah, you can't be a game streamer unless you're good at games, huh?
Yeah,
unless you want to be the first one to do this. Be a streamer that is just the crappiest ever, and you just put crap videos all the time.
Everything's just shit, but people are like,
everything's just crap all the time.
He's kind of good at making just bad stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It might work.
I've been doing it since May, so I've been doing it for around that's 9 months, I think.
So 9 months doing the podcast interview thing?
Oh, the podcast that's way newer.
Okay.
Because no one wanted to do it, when I asked it, I didn't get any response. But for some reason, Walterific was like, "Yeah." So that was 3 months ago. I started the interview series.
That's cool. Yeah, there's plenty of motor vloggers out there. You can hit up Hot Wheels. That's in here. He's a funny dude.
But he scares me.
Funny. Now the thing that I remember about Hot Wheels all the damn time is this guy's laugh. He has a crazy, contagious laugh. Like, it is hilarious. I love the way this dude laughs. It's freaking funny.
I don't know why, but it makes everyone.
I don't know why, but it is a funny laugh. You can be somewhere, like, I could be anywhere, and if I heard him laugh, I'd know who that was. You know?
Yeah.
His laugh is good. It's a catchy one.
It's a good laugh, man.
Yeah, but there's definitely, you know, you got a huge pool of motovloggers out here, you know, especially in California. It's like the mecca of motovlogging out here. So there's tons and tons of people, you know, to get with out here and do these things. So that way you can, you know, get more stuff for your channel, more podcasts and interviews and stuff. Yeah. You know, I'm definitely pretty sure there's lots of them that'll take you up on your offer.
I like the banner you added. It rubs the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, I had to put that on there.
I couldn't resist.
But yeah, so
been a lot of fun, man. I gotta reach out to more people, man. So I don't.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's usually usually I just end my recording here, but we're live. So
we're live, right? Yeah.
I don't know what to do now.
You got an outro?
No, it just ends.
You don't have an outro. Okay, see, now what if someone else wants to do a live one with you again? Because that's a possibility after they see this.
Hold on.
You gotta figure something out, man.
Give me 2 hours. I just leave.
Yeah, Hot Wheels, you need to post more videos, mister, now that you got your bike fixed.
Yeah,
damn right. Doing all your Ubering on the weekends. He's a janitor too. He does the custodial arts too. So I've told him he needs to apply at the prisons because there's prisons up by him too.
Yeah.
He needs to take that experience and go get a state job.
Come on, man. Everybody loves
the real
prison.
Money. You want maximum money? You want minimal work and maximum payoff.
I got it right here, pal. I got you. Got you a good one.
I'm telling you right now, I do it.
I don't have an outro, man. So we're just gonna.
All right. I'll do it for you. How about that?
Thank you, man.
I got you.
I appreciate it.
All right. So, everybody, I want to say thank you for everyone that joined in on the podcast today with me and Danof. I appreciate everyone that showed up and everyone that's going to be viewing this afterwards. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you have any more questions, you guys can always put comments down in the video, and I'll get to them and I'll answer them. At the same time, everyone that is here on my channel, I need to throw this out there. Go follow me on my Instagram. Please, because YouTube sucks. And it doesn't notify people of anything. So if you want to get notified of all of my videos, go on my Instagram, because you guys will at least see all that stuff in my story where I post them and everything like that. And then I would actually rather grow my Instagram a lot more than the YouTube. I actually been really thinking of switching from YouTube just to Instagram, but I don't think I'll do it. But other than that, just remember, everybody, normally I say love, peace, and chicken grease is my thing.
That's nice.
That I usually say at the end, if anyone knows where that's from. If you don't, I have a video on where I got that saying from. But my new one is, remember, if you're not first, you're last. The great Ricky Bobby.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
It's still going, man.